Man, what's going on with y'all, man? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into the content, make sure y'all go subscribe to my Patreon, where I do exclusive content, weekly videos on there. I answer your questions, $5 memberships. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the link in the description. Also, too, if you want one-on-one consultations, that link is in the description as well. And what we're gonna be discussing today is why you must learn to outwit women. I know I shout this guy out a lot. Shout out to Coach Corey Wayne. This is something I learned about 6-7 years ago, and it's the whole dynamic of outwitting women. So let me explain what that means. The first thing we got to understand is, a lot of times as men, we think women are we think they're just all over the place, right? They are, but in a sense of the way we're thinking, they're not. So what I mean by that is, we think when we call a woman and she don't call back, oh, maybe she ain't see it. Or we text a woman and she ain't text back, or maybe she ain't get it. So we think a lot of times we have to kind of put ourselves in front of their face because we think they may have seen it, or they may have forgot. So as a man, naturally, you thinking, oh, let me remind her. And you reach out, you double text, or you call again, or you do too much, the illusion of action. And what happens is she calls your bluff. So this is why I say you must learn how to outwit women, because the definition of outwitting is being clever and outsmarting somebody. And to beat a woman at her game, you have to be playing your game, because if you decide to play her game, she's gonna outsmart you and beat you. And you ain't gonna get no chance. And you're gonna be mad. And you're gonna be desperate. And you're gonna be miserable. What outwitting a woman is, all it is essentially walking away, right? If we're treating dating like a game of tennis, right? And this is people in general. You wait for somebody to hit you back, right? If that woman doesn't hit you back, it's on purpose. It's not on accident. See, a lot of times we think it's on accident, which causes us to do more. It causes us to chase. A woman ain't gonna forget to hit you back if she like you. You know what I'm saying? So the whole purpose of outwitting a woman, what I mean by that is being able to walk away, having abundance. So if somebody doesn't text me back, and this is more than just walking away, you have to mentally walk away. If somebody don't hit you back for a couple days, or she ain't hit you back, or she taking 5 hours to respond, you gotta learn how to mentally walk away. Because 9 times out of 10, they gonna come back. See, what y'all gotta understand is, what we don't understand as men is, women entertain so many guys that they have to find ways to weed guys out. And I don't agree with this method, but some women, they'll just purposely not hit you back for a couple hours. So what we got to understand is, when you start dealing with a woman early on, you're not necessarily a priority in their life. Yes, I want your communication to be good, but you can't get it twisted in your head like you expect this woman, like she has to hit you back. She ain't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, this is how women calls men's bluff, because a woman will pull back just to see if you're confident as you showing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we come into things confidently, but then we start to fold. So a woman is seeing, okay, if I don't hit him back, is he gonna over pursue? Is he gonna go crazy? Is he gonna double text me? Because once you do that, she got you. You like the spider in Spider-Man's web. Like, once you do that, you inside the web. Once you fall for the okie doke, you inside the web. Because that's what happens to so many dudes. Like, we can't wait. We don't want to wait. So if you can't outwit the woman, and the way you wait is by moving on with your life. This is why you have to have an abundance mindset. You got to be like, okay, you know what? She don't want to rock with me. The next woman will. And I mean mentally move on. I don't mean you stop texting her and you still mentally thinking about her, thinking about why she not hitting you back, thinking about who she can be messing with. No, you gotta mentally move on, because you mentally moving on, you're playing your game. And if she was just doing that to test you, she gonna come back and rock with you, because she's gonna see, oh, this guy is different than other guys. When I stopped texting him, he didn't over pursue. He didn't blow my phone up. He didn't say hello with a bunch of question marks. Hello? He didn't do any of that. He continued to move on with his life. And my whole purpose of this video is that we got to continue to be focused on our bigger mission. Because if that woman is the biggest thing you got going on, and you really just met her, a week ago or a couple of days ago, and you that stressed about it because she didn't text you back, and now you over pursuing when she was really just testing you, she's calling your bluff. She calling your bluff. Because a man that is focused on his purpose, focused on, you know what I'm saying, building his finances up, focused on working out, focused on, you know what I'm saying, getting his swag up, focused on hanging around his family, focused on people who's focused on him. A man who operates like that ain't gonna be caught up in a woman who is not making it easy for him. A man like that, we not gonna be caught up in a woman that didn't text us back. You gotta outwit these women, bro, because what y'all gotta understand is these women, they'll purposely pull back for you to show your hand. Imagine you playing cards, right? We all got our hand up like this, right? You got your hand up, right? But what a woman wants to do is she wants to show your hand. So she wants to see your hand. So, okay, he got king, he got 7, he got 8, he got a 10, he got a 5. She's trying to force your hand. She's trying to see if you really about that confidence or you just some simp. That's what she's trying to see. So you got to hold your hand high. So if you don't text back, cool, I'm walking away. You don't hit me back, cool, I'm moving on with my life. You know what I'm saying? Because most likely you're going to hit me back in a couple days, say, hey, sorry, had a long last couple days, and I didn't, all that kind of hoopla. And it's funny because me and my homie was talking about this the other day. Shout out to my homie. We was talking about this, and he was saying, like, it's funny because a woman's vetting process is like 2 to 3 weeks. like a woman's vetting process is so short compared to a man's vetting process. And what you gotta understand is women are gonna sometimes do this BS in the beginning. They gonna do it. Like, not all women, but there are women out there, and I don't blame them, right? Because they need to be able to differentiate between a dude who can't control himself and a dude who can control himself. So what y'all gotta understand is a woman is gonna, and I'm not saying a woman is not gonna continue to test you and test you and test you, but what I mean early on in situations is when the game plan, majority of the game plan usually happens in the beginning. Because soon as she pulls back and you go for it, oh, she got you. She pulled back, and now here you go, calling, texting, and she got you. She got you. Versus if she did that and you continue to move on with your life, now she's gonna know, okay, I can't play with this dude like this. I can't get over him. You know what I'm saying? He know what time it is. He understand the game. And women pick up on that. But I'm about to give y'all some game though, right? I love outwitting a woman because anytime I can force a woman to show her hand, it's the best situation for me. Because if a woman don't text me back, or I call her, she don't call me back, or she kind of flake on a date, or she cancel it, I'm sitting back watching, okay, do you really rock with me or not? That's what I'm sitting back looking for. Are you gonna try to reschedule? Or are you gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, do something to make up for it? That's what I'm looking for. And as a man, that's what you gotta be looking at instead of looking at what's fat back there and what's big up here in that pretty face. But that's usually what we do. We let the looks blind us instead of seeing, shout out to Ron Wills, if she's in cooperation with our operation. We looking to see, we like, dang man, she got the fattest I ever done, or is she the best looking girl I didn't ever dealt with? So you start making excuses in your head, and you like, you know what, let me call her, let me just call her again, let me just text her one more time, and she got you. She called your bluff. Because how do you know that she's worthy enough if you don't even know her yet? We be thinking the chick is worthy enough because of how she looks. So why are you doing all this extra reaching when she can't even text you back? But that's what a lot of us do. She didn't even text you back and you trying to hit her up again. But remember, women are not dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they didn't get your text. She seen your text. Women don't forget to text guys back that they like. They don't forget to get back to dudes that they like. They don't play games with dudes that they like. They don't do that. And a lot of us men, we forget that because again, we not focused on our bigger picture. You know, women respect guys that respect themselves, right? A woman can't trust you if she don't respect you. So again, I talked about this in one of my previous videos. When you gotta pay attention to what you're telling women, because a lot of times women, they'll call your bluff on so many things. This is why you gotta keep your word. If you say one thing to a woman and you do another, she will call you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, she will call you out. I remember a couple years ago, maybe like, not a couple years ago, but maybe like 5 years ago, it was this woman that I was trying to get at. and she had rejected me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, you know, I'm not really interested, whatever, right? And then I seen her like maybe like 5-6 months later, and I tried again. And you know what she hit me with? I already told you no the last time. And that's what I learned, that you gotta outwit these women. You have to. Because anytime a woman gives you pushback, tells you she's not interested, she doesn't text back, she doesn't call you back, anytime you see any of those signs, or she hits you with a maybe, we'll see, I'll let you know, you have to assume that she's not rocking with you like that, and you gotta move on. Because anytime you spin a block, it just gets worse. It gets worse. You double text, you try to ask again, you try to prove yourself. Let me take you to this fancy restaurant. Doing the most. So again, you know what I'm saying? Like, to sum it all up, outwitting a woman is just continuing to move on with your life. When a woman gives you pushback, and when I say pushback, what I mean by that is she doesn't respond, or she's not interested, or it's one word messages. Anytime you get any of that, you gotta move on. Make a woman show you her hand. You know what I'm saying? And if she doesn't show you her hand, if she's not interested, then you continue to move on. Abundance mindset. And that's my whole purpose of this video. But again, we need something bigger in our life. Because if you don't have a bigger mission, you're gonna be looking for these women to validate, you know what I'm saying, these unrealistic expectations you got and those voids you got. So like I say in every video, continue to work on yourself. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.